Hi guys, welcome to this video, and today we're going to be going over stem cells. Now first what you need to know is what stem cells actually are, and these are cells that can differentiate, and you've probably heard of differentiation. If you haven't, make sure to watch my video on differentiation, which I will now link above the screen. So they're cells that can differentiate into specialised cells. So one thing you need to know is that stem cells are able to divide via mitosis to form new cells. Now I haven't actually gone over mitosis yet guys, but I will do a video on it, and when I do a video on it I will link it to the top of the screen. But mitosis is basically, I'm going to do it here, so you've got a cell here, and what that actually does is it copies its DNA and then halves into two cells. So this creates two cells, so this cell turns into two new cells, and that happens again. So this cell turns into two new cells, this cell turns into two new cells, and basically it forms new cells. So these cells will actually form tissue. Now we're going over embryonic stem cells now. So embryonic basically means the cells that you have before you're born. For example, some embryonic stem cells will differentiate to form tissue, such as tissue in your heart, the tissue in your brain, skin tissue. So as I said before, embryonic stem cells will form you as a baby. They will form all the tissues, all the cells, all the organs and the organ systems, and you as an organism by the time you're born. By the time you're born, you don't need to create a brain anymore because you already have your brain. You don't need to create a heart again because you already have your heart. You don't need to create your spleen because you already have your spleen. So this means that when you're a baby and you've been created, you do not need embryonic stem cells. You need another type of stem cell which form in your bone marrow. These are called adult stem cells. So as I said, adult stem cells are found in bone marrow. Now bone marrow is a sort of soft and jelly-like substance which is located inside your bones. In bone marrow, obviously, adult stem cells. Now adult stem cells can divide by mitosis just like embryonic stem cells, but they can only form a limited amount of cells. Limited. Sorry, my pen's kind of running out. So the type of cells that adult stem cells differentiate into are blood cells. Now these are red blood cells, I'll put RBC, white blood cells, WBC, and platelets. Now if you don't know what they are, red blood cells, obviously, they're the ones that carry oxygen around the body. White blood cells are the bigger ones, and they go under phagocytosis, which is basically where they digest pathogens. And platelets are parts of cells which help you form scabs when you cut yourself. Now, adult stem cells do replace cells that have died or have been damaged, but they do not form new tissue. Do not form new tissue. So embryonic stem cells do form tissue. Adult stem cells do not. This is one thing you've got to know about the difference between them. Adult stem cells are found in the bone marrow. They're limited to what they can create. They create blood cells and they do not form new tissue. Embryonic stem cells are found in embryos. They're unlimited. They can create any cell type and they do form new tissue. There's a phrase that you might hear about at GCSE, and adult stem cells are for growth and repair. Now you've learnt about stem cells found in humans, now we need to know about stem cells found in plants. So, plant stem cells are found in meristem tissue. So the meristem tissue is a tissue which is a group of cells that are found in plants. The meristem tissue is where stem cells are found in plants. So I have drawn a plant here. Meristem tissue is found in areas of the plant that is still continually growing. So at the end of the roots, but also at the ends of the shoots of the plant. So the shoots are the parts that are above the soil that are still growing to form leaves. So this is where meristem tissue is found, over here. And then also the roots, because roots are always continually growing. So meristem tissue is found at the roots too. So plant cells also divide by mitosis, just like adult stem cells and embryonic stem cells. And they form new tissue, such as the palisade, cells, which create tissue, the xylem, phloem, and also the root hair cells. This is because plants are continually growing, so they continually need to make new tissue, such as the palisade, xylem, phloem, and the root hair cells. So unlike embryonic stem cells, plant stem cells are present in the plant's entire life. So that's it for today's video on stem cells. We have the embryonic and adult stem cells, which are part of humans. Embryonic, they're everywhere in the body, and they form every tissue needed for the organism, and they're present only whilst you're an embryo. Now we have the adult stem cells, which are present in the bone marrow, and they only form blood cells, which are red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets, and they are present from birth until death. We have the plant stem cells. Now these are found in the meristem tissue, and they form every plant tissue needed, and they are present throughout the lifetime of the plant. Now it's very important to know that all of these types of stem cells divide exactly by mitosis. They all divide and form new cells the same way. I really hope you found this video informative, and I'd really appreciate it if you give this video a like and maybe subscribe if possible, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.